Okay guys, welcome back to Horseshoe Mountain Ranch. I know it's been a while. We had some other stuff going on, and you know, it's hard for you to believe, but there are some things more important than YouTube. But to get back to what's been going on while you've been gone, remember when I planted the squash for the chickens? Well, either the crows ate a lot of the seeds, or it was some pretty pathetic seeds. There's one whole zucchini plant come up out of all that, and quite a few yellow squash. We started picking to give the chickens a couple days ago. We've had some monster zucchinis off of this one plant already, and some pretty good sized yellow squash. So it's making use of an unused piece of ground that was not doing anything productive, but it's pretty pitiful rate of growth here on the, I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 whole squash plants out of 2 packs of seeds. Now I know the crows probably got some of it, but that's pretty pathetic, you know. So, and we've had plenty of rain, so it's not that. It's just, it might have been old seeds. That might have been why they were for sale where I bought them at. So the other thing, can't see it from here, but the alfalfa. That experiment is kind of a mixed bag. It grew, and it grew pretty good. The problem with it is it grows slower than all the native stuff. So it won't be ready to mow when everything else is ready. So what do? You let the other stuff get too big, or do you get it too small? So I think it's just not going to work for us here in this environment. Now what did happen, it made it even worse. Even though I had an electric fence around it, once the deer and the rabbits found it, they kept it eat down to nothing. I mean, it was about a foot tall or so when they found it. And when they found it, it was goodbye. So we learned something, you know, $30 worth of seed, it didn't hurt us that much. So, you know, in a little bit of time and trouble, but now we know the answer. We know there may be some other things that we can plant that'll be worthwhile, but that's just not one of them. As much as the goats love it, it's just not going to work for us. Okay, so I'm going to shut you down for now and move on to the next thing. Okay guys, now we're over here at the main goat field, and I'm going to try to use a sickle mower on a lot of this, get it down. They don't eat that old deep stuff anyway. So done a lot of mowing with it this summer. It's been a good one. And just hang loose. We'll see if I can't salvage a few minutes out of what's fixing to happen. Okay guys, that was more than enough for you to see what's going on. I'll edit that down to a couple minutes. I don't expect anyone to watch all that, but it does an excellent job. These may be old-fashioned, but they cut just as good as the new stuff. The only difference is they're slower, a lot slower. But, you know, unless you're doing a whole bunch of acreage, that don't matter. For me, that don't matter at all. I'm not doing that much. I've done the entire place this summer a couple times on a lot of it, trying to get the weeds down. If the rains will keep coming, then we'll get us a decent cutting of hay off of this. So we'll see. But we're going to move on to the next thing. We'll drop it here for now. Thanks, guys. And y'all probably been going through goat withdrawals since you haven't seen them in a month or more, or 6 weeks. But everybody's doing pretty good. There's a couple that, you know, still need to put some weight back on after nursing babies for months. And most of the babies have all been separated. The few that are still with the mamas have just been put back in after the mothers have dried up. So they shouldn't be nursing. We hadn't caught them at it. That probably doesn't mean anything. Just got done feeding, and they're getting ready to go out to the big pasture. There they go, all on a line. Follow the leader. Except for Angel, she follows her own set of rules. Okay, and here's the littles that have been separated. There's been half a dozen sold already, and these are still waiting to sell. So they're taken to feed pretty good, which is what you need them to do when you got them away from their mamas. And they love their alfalfa, but right now they're eating their grain. They'll get the alfalfa this afternoon. But the lunches here are kind of bossy. If they stand in the gate, nobody else can dare go through. They don't want to take a chance on getting headbutted or something. Go on, Pippi, go on. Let everybody else through. See, gotta make a run for it. But, okay, well that's the goats. Now we'll show you something else. And here come the cows to get some grain. They get fed about once a week when we remember. This time of year they don't need a whole lot. This grass is so good. But they would prefer to get it every day. But those calves are doing really well. Look at the size of that little black baldy there. He's got some little horns starting though. Makes him look like the little devil he is. But he's 5 months old maybe. And he's already, what, 450 to 500 pounds. That's pretty good. But they're happy. They just wish it was a little cooler. They spend most of their days hiding down in the shade. So, can't blame them. Now on to the next thing. And here's Sis the horse having her morning grain. She likes hers too. In fact, a lot of times in the mornings you'll wake up and you'll hear her out there at the fence line whinnying, hoping to get fed. Demanding animals. But she's all slicked off for the summer, and like the cows, she'd like it to be cooler, but she's faring well. While we're here close, let's take a look at this pear tree over here and see if we're going to get any pears this year. It's still a young tree, but it's just coming on good enough to, we ought to be able to have a bigger crop this year if the squirrels hadn't ate them all already. Squirrels love them, and with no dog running loose, no, they've pretty much wiped them out. It was loaded with itty bitty ones a couple months ago. Darn their hides. But see, we don't have a dog running loose over here to keep them chased away. The other thing, this is an enormous fig bush that just about died a couple years ago. It got below zero here, which doesn't happen very often. And it's growing back, and it hadn't had figs the last couple years, but now you can see them in there. So maybe there'll be some this year. If the birds don't beat us to it, that's always one of their favorite things too. Can you imagine how much stuff we'd have if other animals didn't steal it all from us? Well, I guess they were probably here before us, so they think they're sharing with us, not the other way around. Now we're gonna go check on Popeye. Okay, and here's Popeye. He's in a cage right now. He's trying to recover from a thing they call bumblefoot. And he's been medicated and bandaged and soaked in Epsom salt. And the other rooster was picking on him real bad. And so he's in here for some alone time. And of course it's hot in here, but we've got a fan, his own personal fan here, so that's about all we can do. So hopefully he'll recover good, but that's all for this week, folks. So just if you got time, stop back by and I'll leave the gate open for you.